Yes, sir. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Steve Jobs. Now, Steve Jobs played a very big role in our lives today. The iPhone, as we all know, majority of the world either has an iPhone or Android. So, Steve Jobs' invention of the Apple iPhone is a thing that I believe is never going to go away. He has made a very big impact in today's world, and I say that I give this long intro for a reason, because the numerology that's present might explain what's going on here. So without further ado, let's dive in and let's look into the life of Steve Jobs. Now, first and foremost, Steve Jobs was born in the year 55 on February 24th, which is the 55th day of the year. Now, this is some interesting numerology because God and Satan both equal 55. And then also pay attention, just breaking down his birthday. February 24th is on 26 date numerology, just like God equals 26. And then he was born on the 55th day of the year, just like God equals 55. Now, by me doing this, by me saying this right here, I'm not saying that Steve Jobs is God or Satan. But it's very interesting, the things that follow with this being said. Now, Steve was also born in San Francisco, when San Francisco synchronizes right up with satanic with 122 and 50. More importantly, 122. Now, San Francisco equals 122 as it's also located on 122 degrees west on the map. So even the coordinates sync right up with the city name. Now, like I said, it's very interesting that Steve shares this place along with the numerology that he was born on. So knowing that he was born on God and Satan numerology, this is very interesting that he's born in San Francisco, which happens to be home of the Church of Satan, right? Steve Jobs also died at the age of 56 when Church of Satan equals 56. Also remember Society of Jesus equals 56 as well. Now, the reason why I bring these things up to you, right? If we really just keep on going, I'm really just gonna keep on going for real. And then my point, you're gonna understand my point as we keep on going. So with this being said, that he has this Church of Satan numerology, this connection with this Satan numerology, it might be clear as to why the first Apple computer that he actually sold for $666.66. Now, it was said the reason behind this was because his other co-founder, I can't think of his name at the time, but he said he was a fanatic for numbers. He loved numbers, and he loved repeating numbers. But it's a lot of other repeating numbers that he could have used, especially for somebody that's in the entrepreneur field, especially if you're somebody that studies numerology. You could have chose 777, the number for completion and achievement. You could have used the number 8 for abundance and wealth. But we gonna dive in on that. Don't even worry about that. You see what I'm saying? We gonna hit on that. But I just wanna tally up all the marks. You see what I'm saying? Once you tally up all the marks, it becomes more clear and clear what this person was here to do. You see what I'm saying? But come on. Right? So we got the first Apple computer that was sold for $666.66. Now, this computer was actually sold on Steve Jobs' sixth week and sixth day of his age that year in 1976. Steve Wozniak, that was the co-founder. That's his name, Steve Wozniak. Right? Now, once again, 6 weeks and 6 days, just like number of the beast, equals 66. So who was operating through this individual is the question. Now, knowing all the numerology that was present, what was he here to do? Was this somebody that was planted? Was this a fallen angel? Right? Somebody that was here with a clear mission, knowing years and years later after he's gone, what is going to happen with this technology that he's put into the forefront? What all are they going to do with these iPhones? You see what I'm saying? In the future to come. You see what I'm saying? But come on. Now, knowing all this, right? Knowing all this satanic numerology, this God, Satan thing that's going on, it's very interesting that he was the one that founded Apple. When if we go by scripture, it was always said to be a forbidden fruit. They never said it was an apple, right? Just to clarify, they never said it was an apple. It was always called a forbidden fruit. But that forbidden fruit has always been depicted as an apple. And this apple, this biting of the apple signified the first sin of mankind, right? Biting that apple from the tree of knowledge. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not very like well versed, you know what I'm saying, with the Bible, but I do know some things, and I can look at things and tell when they're coming straight from scripture. You see what I'm saying? And that tree of knowledge allow human beings free will and to also choose between duality. Now we have knowledge of duality. We have knowledge of good and evil, right? So this apple, and then the bite missing from the Apple logo is very symbolic, right, to the first sin of mankind. Even humanity equals 666. So now we understand why the first Apple computer, I believe even computer, equals 666 as well. But come on, man. Because it's very interesting, man, that the founder of Apple also has a daughter named Eve. So did this man know exactly what he was doing? Did he know exactly what he was doing? Now come on. Because if we look at the release date of the first Apple computer that sold for $666, it was released in the year 76, just like Steve Jobs' company, Apple Inc. equals 76 in the ordinal cipher. Simply taking these letters as you see them, A being the first letter of the alphabet, B being the second, C being the third, so on and so forth. And this is how you get the gematria behind certain phrases, words, things of that nature. And you will see what's really going on. But come on. Right? Because 76 is very interesting, because once again, where he was born, where Steve Jobs was born, San Francisco, equals 76 as well. Skull and Bones also equals 76 in this same reverse full reduction cipher. Now it's very interesting that Skull and Bones and San Francisco have the same numerology with 202 and 76. Now it's very interesting that Steve Jobs died 20 weeks and 2 days before his next birthday, when San Francisco, his birthplace, and Skull and Bones both equal 202. So he was also in a Skull and Bones ritual on his way out. He also died 223 days after his birthday that year, 223. Just like Skull and Bones, the reflection of Order 322, even Skull and Crossbones in Gematria in its simplest cipher equals 223. So yeah, he was in a Skull and Bones. He was involved in a Skull and Bones ritual. He was a high on the echelon, should I say, right? So we do know he was involved with certain groups while he was here. Like I said, I don't know what kind of spirit was working through him. You see what I'm saying? What was operating through his vessel, right? It's an interesting energy that was operating through his vessel, seeing all the numerology that surrounded his situation. But come on. Apple reinvents the phone. How Steve Jobs launched the first ever iPhone. Now, if we remember the slogan to the first ever iPhone was Apple reinvents the phone. Now, Apple reinvents the phone equals 114 and 102. Now, this is very interesting because if we go back, remember this was the slogan for the phone. This was the slogan for the phone that came out after the computer. But if we go back to the computer, the day that the first Apple computer was sold, it was sold on April 11th, 11/4, which was the 102nd day of the year, which ended up being the same numerology as the phone, the Apple phone slogan. Apple reinvents the phone. So how crazy is that? Because the phone wasn't even invented yet when this computer was sold. But then we still end up getting the same numerology looking into it. So it's like these paths for these people be already laid out. You see what I'm saying? Something else is guiding them. You know, just like you can be on your God-given path, the Most High given path, you could be on another path. You see what I'm saying? You could be on another path that's guided for you. You know, everybody here, I don't know, man. I don't believe. What do y'all think about this? I don't think that the Most High has their hands on everybody that's here. Yeah, I think some people were created just to cause destruction. Just like a video game. You know, a video game, you have people that's programmed. You have people that's programmed to be non-playable characters. You have yourself that's watching this video, a main character. You have side characters. Yeah, because NPCs don't watch these type of videos. Yeah, so you a main character watching this video. You have side characters. And then you have people that spawn just to carry out certain deeds. You see what I'm saying? And I believe Steve Jobs was one of those individuals that was born to carry out certain deeds, to carry out the technology that maybe the fallen angels wanted to give us. The fallen angels giving us, you know, that technology that they been knew how to use for thousands and thousands of years. You see what I'm saying? And Steve Jobs was one of the humans that they decided to use, right, to carry out this technology, right? But come on. That's just my theory, though. That's just my theory. Like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I'm brainstorming with y'all as I'm recording. Yeah, I do one take. I don't doing all that extra stuff. But come on, man. Now, it's also very interesting that the day that the first iPhone was released, June 29th, 2007. Now let's look at the first iPhone now. Y'all remember that fat ass iPhone with the fat booty on the back? You know, just like them fat ass TVs we used to have. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we remember that very first iPhone that was released June 29th, that's very interesting because if we look at his birthplace of San Francisco, once again, that was the same day San Francisco. That's the same day that San Francisco. Damn, that word fucking me up. San Francisco was found. That's the same day that it was founded back in 1776. Ain't that crazy? And that's the same day he ended up inventing the iPhone and releasing the very first iPhone on the same day that his birthplace was founded. But come on, man. It gets much deeper, much crazier, right? Because because the first iPhone was revealed 46 days before Steve Jobs' birthday, just like his real name, Stephen Paul Jobs, equal 46. Hey, and another thing, the biblical thing, right? Satan, the apple, the daughter, he got a daughter named Eve. He also has biblical names. Paul, Job, you know, like the book of Job. I don't know about Steve. Y'all let me know if Steve is a biblical name. I'm pretty sure it is. It's a very common name, so I'm pretty sure the name Steve has been around for a long time, right? But he has biblical names as well, right? But come on. Continuing at 46, the Apple iPhone was also released on the 4th month and the 6th day of Steve Jobs' age. Just like, once again, his full name equals 46. Now, Steve Jobs also ended up passing away on 46 date numerology. Right? But come on. Now, once again, that very first iPhone came out on the 126th day of Steve Jobs' age, just like Steve Jobs equals 126 in the English language backwards. So now we're taking A is 26 in this cipher, right? Z is now 1. And this is the things that we get. Once again, San Francisco, California, his birthplace, equals 126 as well. And that number 26, and then he was born on 26 date numerology. That goes back to the God thing. God equals 26. That explains why we have 26 letters in the English alphabet. There's also 206 bones in the human body. So now you'll understand that number 26. That's why P. Diddy used to manage a group called Day 26. You see what I'm saying? But come on. Now this iPhone, this very first iPhone that was sold was released on the 180th day of the year. Just like Apple iPhone equals 180 in the English language backwards. Now this Apple iPhone also came out on the 18th week of Steve Jobs' age. 18 weeks and 0 days. We know the 0 has no numerology. It has no value, right? So all we have here is the number 18. But come on, right? Because even if we look at the moon phases on the day that the very first iPhone was launched, it was launched the day before a full moon. The day before the moon reaches its full capacity, right? So this was a big energy harvest, as it is for years and years and years to come. That this very phone, as soon as a new iPhone come out, people break their necks to go get one, even though the one that they had ain't nothing wrong with the one they had. Ain't nothing wrong with the iPhone 5. They got the iPhone 6 they had, the iPhone 7, but you know, everybody got to keep up with the Joneses, right? So even though they old iPhone work, they got to go get a new iPhone every year. New iPhone, same damn phone. Same motherfucking phone. Same damn phone. They just add 18 cameras on the back of it, and you don't even use it because you take selfies. So you don't even use the back of your damn phone. But come on, man, that's besides the point. Come on. Right? Now, it's very interesting as well, man. The personal year. Now I'm gonna break this down to y'all because I actually just came across this information myself, learning about your own personal year. Yes, you can do this yourself. Just simply putting in your birthday, the day that you was born, and whatever year you're inquiring about. Not just the year that you were born, but the year you could do this year to find out the personal year that you have to come. And I went and backdated. I went back on some very big points in my life, and it actually lined up. The personal years that I was getting, the numbers that I was getting, and then the explanation that they gave for each personal year, it lined up perfectly to my situation for each situation that I had going on in that year. You see what I'm saying? So if we look at Steve Jobs, personal year, the year that this iPhone came out, right? He had number 8 before his birthday and after. Now, 8 is a very strong number that resembles abundance, wealth, even just looking right here, attainment and capital gains, right? And this is when his very first iPhone was released. During this year for him that resembled abundance and wealth. Now it says personal year 8 brings time during which the person can, after changes in the past year, regain balance and peace and capitalize on previously gained experience, understanding, and strength. 8 is the number of karma and balance. This is why the number 8 is also what's the word? It's also it also go along with time, right? And that's why the hourglass is shaped in the number 8 as well. Infinity. A lot of y'all might have seen that picture of the snake in the shape of an 8 eating its own tail. Yeah, that resembles infinity, time, karma. You see what I'm saying? When that hourglass is over with, your karma, your time has come. Now it says, if he puts in a great deal of hard work, deliberation, and goodwill, he will most likely get rewarded. If he was selfish and acted without respect and tolerance for others, he will get what he deserves. Karma is a chain of cause and effect, giving and taking, justice and injustice, action and reaction, which lasts until a natural balance is established, and this balance remains unchanged. That's the key to life and its whole meaning. Now, it's a lot of very powerful people that understand this numerology. They understand the power of the number 8. Donald Trump, taking his full name, Donald J. Trump, equals 888 in English Sumerian, which is the English language multiplied by 6. Even the last name Trump equals 88. So his whole name is surrounded around abundance and wealth. Like I told you, these people understand these things. These people's parents, before they were born, they understand these things. Elon Musk, which has 8 letters in it. This is why he bought Twitter at $44 billion. Breaking that down, 4 plus 4 equals 8. Even the last name Musk equals 44 in reverse. Even looking at the time that this was published on CNN, it came out at 8:44 p.m. So like I said, man, understanding your own numerology, I'm not saying become obsessed over it. I'm not saying to worship it, but I'm saying that God does speak in numbers, right? God speaks in letters and numbers. Angel numbers. You see what I'm saying? So learning your own numerology could help you on your path. Try to figure out life. Your life path number, things of that nature, man. Yeah, you could just look into it and just see. Just see if it lines up with you, if it resonates with you. If it don't, then it don't. Then leave it the hell alone. You see what I'm saying? I'm just not telling you to become obsessed over these things, but just know that numbers do have a big factor in this realm that we live in, right? But come on. Back to the iPhone. Now, if we look at the day that the first iPhone was released to the day that it became discontinued, the day that they stopped putting them in the store, right? This happened on the first year and the 17th day of it being released. Just like Steve Jobs equals 117, just like Apple iPhone equals 117. Now the day that this iPhone was discontinued is on the 197th day of the year, just like his full name, Stephen Paul Jobs equals 197. Back to the 122, to circle right back to the 122, right? Because the very first iPhone was released 1 year, 2 weeks, and 2 days. Excuse me, it was discontinued 1 year and 2 weeks and 2 days after it was released at 122. Just to circle right back to the beginning, to his birthplace of San Francisco, and satanic equaling 122, when San Francisco is located on 122 degrees west. He also died in Palo Alto, California, which is also located in that same area, 122 degrees west. So some very interesting parallels, a lot of very interesting synchronicities in this situation. Y'all, I definitely want to hear what y'all think about this man, Steve Jobs. Do you believe that he was a fallen angel? Do you believe that it was certain entities that was working through him? Yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. I'm very interested in seeing what y'all have to say, because this was a little deeper. This was a topic that got a little deeper, because now y'all can use this for y'all own lives, that personal year. Yeah, so y'all and also look into the personal year and you know what I'm saying, share it with me if it resembles with you or not. I would like to know, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's all we have for this video. I appreciate y'all for all the support, all the love, and I'm out.